You get a pump in your upper body, it's like, man, it's the best thing ever. You get a pump in your lower body, it's like, I hate it, I don't want to do it anymore. Simon the Bald A-hole here. Thank you for joining me as always, and let's keep this one nice and simple. You're planning to go to the gym, you want to go to the gym, you want to weightlift, you want to bodybuild, you want to do cardio, you want to do all these things, but you don't want to make mistakes, and there are some mistakes that people just make because they don't even realize that they're mistakes. So here is 10 weightlifting mistakes that you want to stay away from. Number 10 is falling into this pattern of high reps means I'm going to get lean and low reps means I'm going to get strong. Now, there is some science based in the low repetition one. Like if you load up a barbell with a bunch of weights, you're aiming for 4 to 6 reps because you want to increase your strength. That just makes sense, right? The more you train your body to lift and the stronger you get, the more strength that you have. That is simple mathematics. But the strange thing is that when people then start to go on a diet or get lean or get it cut up, they decide, well, now I have to do higher repetitions because that's just how it works. But that's not how it works at all. What you are doing is you are taking one of the easiest barometers that you have and you are flushing it down the toilet. Because think of it like this. As soon as you enter a calorie deficit, as soon as you start doing more cardio, as soon as you start seeing the scales go in the opposite direction, wouldn't it be nice to have a tool to let you know, oh, you are losing the right weight, you are losing fat, and you're not losing muscle? And a great way to do that is to ensure you keep your strength as best you can at the same level. So if you are doing an 8 repetition bench press for 100 kilograms, keep it at 100 kilograms for as long as you can. Maybe try and do a progressive overload and get even stronger, because that way you means more often than not, and I get sometimes bodies can be weird, but more often than not it means that you're not losing strength and that you are focused and heading in the right direction. I don't get it. And also, you should be taking advantage of all rep ranges. Sometimes you should be doing low rep ranges. Sometimes you should be in high rep ranges. This isn't a one-stop shop. This isn't 1 + 1 = 2. This is 9 × 9 = 89. That's not even correct maths. So yes, don't fall into that trap. Don't be tricked by it. It is a mistake. Number 9 is not focusing on muscles over movement. And what I mean by that is the mind-muscle connection. Now, you may have heard about this before. And basically it means when you are doing an exercise, let's go with the bicep curl, rather than think about how strong you're going to lift or how many repetitions you're going to do, really focus on the muscle itself. So in your head, envision that muscle contracting and squeezing and doing all the things you want muscles to do, and then make sure you focus the same way on the negative rep. And when it comes to isolation exercises, it's something that way too many people don't take advantage of, to be honest, because, okay, it's great if you can smash out 12 reps, but if they're not good reps and they're not actually engaging the muscle in the way that you want, then what is the point, right? That's not what you're trying to achieve at all. That is like going to deliver a letter to your friend's house and posting it through your own door. You've achieved absolutely nothing. So when you are lifting weights, try and do that. It's really hard. It's like a lesson that you have to teach yourself. It's a skill. It's a talent. Focus on what the muscle is doing and really, really try and feel it. Like, it's not just something you're going to be able to do later and all of a sudden you go, oh, I've got it. But if you really focus and you really concentrate on it, it can actually make your lifts better and it can make your sessions even more productive. And let's never forget, that's why we're going to the gym. We're going to the gym so that we keep progressing and we keep evolving and we keep heading in the right direction. But with that said, number 8 is focusing on the muscle and not the movement, and this ties in to compound exercises. When you're doing something like a deadlift, for example, or a squat, there is no point going, right, when I lift up this bar, I'm really going to focus on my latimus dorsi or my rhomboids. That's not what you're trying to do. When it comes to compound movements, the whole goal and your whole aim and your whole thought process should just be pick that weight up as safely as I possibly can, make sure I have the right range of motion, and then put it down again. Which this kind of ties into number 10, in the sense there isn't just one stop shop for all of this stuff. You don't just go down one pathway. You have to approach every single exercise and every single session in a specific and in an interesting way. If you're doing a deadlift, just put on the amount of weight that you feel comfortable with to do 8, 10, 12 reps, whatever the hell you're going for, and do that as best as you can. But then yes, when you're isolating muscle groups, such as say you're on a machine and you're doing a chest press, then you can really focus on your chest and ensure that movement is hitting the designated target zone. Number 7 is avoiding the exercises you're bad at, because eventually they're gonna come round and kick you in the ass. Now, leg exercises are always high on this list because nobody wants to work legs. Most of us hate working legs. We just do. I don't know why. You get a pump in your upper body, it's like, man, it's the best thing ever. You get a pump in your lower body, it's like, I hate it, I don't want to do it anymore. But there's probably a reason you don't like those exercises, and it's probably because they either hurt, which means they're actually working. I mean, in a good way, not like, oh my gosh, I've injured myself, or yeah, they don't particularly take your fancy. Now, you should always do exercises that you do want to do because you're more likely to get to the gym. But if you are serious about sculpting muscle and growing, there is just some things you're probably going to have to incorporate into your routine. For example, lunges. I hate lunges. I would rather somebody chopped off my own head sometimes, but I do them because I see great results out the other side. So if you know there is an exercise that you should be doing and you desperately want to see, again, progress in areas that you may not be seeing progress in, you just got to do it no matter how much it sucks. Number 6 is a very specific one, but it comes to The Rock's brand new tri-set routine, or mega set, whatever the hell he's calling it. Ever since he's posted those Instagram videos of his Black Adam workout, I get a lot of messages, which I always appreciate, of people saying to me, oh, Simon, when The Rock trains, when he does chest, for example, does chest press, he does incline press, he does flies, and then he does dips. Should I be doing this in the gym? And the answer is no. The reason you shouldn't be doing it in the gym is simply because trying to get that amount of supersets done in the Fitness Palace of Love, it's just like a massive etiquette faux pas, right? It's like not re-whacking a weight. It's like standing in front of the dumbbells. It's like putting your stuff on a bench, right? You just shouldn't do it. And I get that they sound amazing. I'm not saying that it's not a good workout program you can do, but it is one of those things that you kind of have to, just because you read it on the internet, you see it on Instagram, or your favorite fitness influencer says it to you, you've still got to take a moment and go, can I actually apply this to real world surroundings? Because never forget that these people don't live in the real world. Number 5 is crazy long rest sets. I mean, nobody actually knows how long or short you should do a rest. Because again, it stands to reason. If you're doing powerlifting and you're doing 1 rep maxes, you want to rest for way more than 2 minutes because you want to make sure you're back to maximum capacity before you go for another 1 rep max. But if you're just bodybuilding or training for whatever, you're not kind of going for a specific goal in that sense, 2 minutes, I would say. Aim for around 2 minutes. But you shouldn't go bleep and time 2 minutes, because it could be 90 seconds, it could be 60 seconds. You just need to kind of feel it out and mentally observe when you're ready to go for another set. But what is the worst thing you can do? And people doing this all the time, they start going on their phone. I got no problem with phones in gyms. It's 2021, we've moved on. But they go on their phone, they get distracted, they make a call, they do a text message. And by the time they actually get to do their next set, it's been like 4 or 5 minutes. And that really, really is too long. And if you kind of do that too much, not only are you probably going to run out of time in the gym, but if you do get everything done, your sessions are going to be way too long anyway. You will not be optimizing your workout. So of course, resting is massively important. That's when you get ready to do what's coming next. Just keep it on the short side. Number 4 is using plates instead of a barbell. Now, I didn't know about this phenomenon until I stumbled across it onto Instagram a few months ago. You don't need to what's even the right word? Substitute a plate for a barbell. Like, if you want to do bench press, you can use a barbell. If you want to do it using plates, you can, but I can come up with no real benefit apart from maybe because they're harder to hold, it will work your core a bit more. But then by that same notion, it's probably also more dangerous. This seems to be a brand new thing. I've also had a few messages from people saying, Simon, should I do it? Like, what are you talking about? I think that's actually how I found out about it. Somebody messaged me. I was like, using plates to do that? And there are certain things you can use plates to do. I mean, if you can't get the dumbbells you want, say you want to do a couple of 10 kilograms and you can grab a couple of 10 kilogram plates, that's fine. But again, there's no benefit from going, okay, well, I was doing a barbell and now I'm going to do a plate. Number 3 is just front raises in general. You will find any fitness YouTuber worth their salt talk about this. You can do front raises, absolutely. But given that you're only going to have a certain amount of time where you can work on your shoulders, you're much better focusing on other areas of your deltoids, because most people work their front one way too much already because you're benching and you're doing all these other exercises. So again, if you like doing it, you should continue to do it. But yeah, let's say you're only doing 3 exercises per session on shoulders. I mean, I don't know what your routine is. It could be different. If one of them is front raises, I kind of feel like you're going to be negating other areas of the deltoid, so you're not going to have boulder shoulders, as everybody calls it. You should work your rear deltoid. That's another mistake that I actually sneak in here now too. Nobody is working their rear deltoid enough, and I understand it's not a vanity muscle, but don't forget, all muscles connect together. So you want to have a big biceps, you have a big this and a big that and a big that. You want it all to connect together. So don't do front raises and do rear deltoid laterals instead. Number 2 is behind the neck anything. Behind the neck presses, behind the neck pull downs. You just don't need to do it. There is no massive benefit. You're not all of a sudden going to double in size just because you pulled a lat pull down bar behind your neck. But what you are doing is you are putting your joints and your muscles and who knows what else in like impingement positions where something could go wrong. Now, I know there are lifters out there that swear to the grave that they must do it behind their neck. I just happen to think it's a massive mistake. And this is one that always makes the comments go crazy. You don't know what you're talking about. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about, but I do know every time I've done an exercise behind my neck, badness has been around the corner. And why can't you just do it to the front? Like shoulder press, why can't you do it to the front? Again, lat pull down, why can't you do it to the front? There'll be a bunch of other exercises too. How is there going to be any huge benefit in going from here to here? Like, it's so tiny. It's so tiny. Even if you did get a 1 to 2% better lift from doing it behind your neck, I would say the risk of injury goes up probably 5-10%. And then you got to just do the numbers. You got to run the numbers and they telling you no. Number one is doing a squat on anything but solid ground. I don't understand it. A squat is kind of a dangerous maneuver, right? You're putting a bunch of weight onto your back and then you're going towards the floor before you're coming back up again. Why would you want to stand on a ball? Or why would you want to stand on one foot? Or why would you want to do it in the middle of the sky? You see all these crazy things all of the time. And the argument is always, yeah, but it works your core more. It will work your core anyway. And there are other safer exercises you can do to work your core. Not every single exercise you do has to work your core. I mean, 9 times out of 10, it will kick into gear anyway if you are doing proper form, etc. But take care of yourself. You don't want to break yourself. How are you going to be lifting anything if you're injured? The worst is when people stand on those crazy balls and they're going down, wiggling around like they've just come off the waltzer or something like that. Just do not do it. There is no need. The squat in its most purest form will get you where you need to be. There you go. 10 mistakes that everybody is always doing, but you should stop right now because they're not helping you. Not what I called the video, but maybe I will. Like the video, share the video. Please do subscribe. Please hit the notification button so you know when other videos are going live. There's another video right there. Give it a click if you should so fancy. Twitter and Instagram at SimonMiller316. Patreon.com/SimonMiller316 if you do want to help support financially. SimonMiller.BigCartel.com for merchandise, but more importantly than that, have a great day, and I'll see you soon.